Lauren Carlson, and this is Poems from the Field, a web series from Pioneer Digital Studios that uses poetry to explore with richness and depth the creative and spiritual lives of rural Minnesotans. Today I'm speaking with AGP Maintenance Superintendent Andy Greiner. 5 years ago, Greiner fulfilled a long-held childhood dream and began beekeeping. I've asked him here today to read a selection from the anthology If Bees Are Few, a hive of bee poems.
This is called Two New World Bees by John Caddy. Carpenter bee. A carpenter bee mother rests on a leaf before she takes her waxy pollen haul to the perfectly round tunnel she chewed into wood when she matured and knew what she must do. At the tunnel's deep end, she will lay an egg upon a bee-bred ball of pollen mixed with nectar. Then wall the chamber off with a plaster of wood dust and spit. She will end her fertile time with a tunnel filled with cells alive with growing daughters, safe unless a woodpecker's spiny tongue explores. Next spring, the youngest will be the first freed, the buzzing eldest last. So strange, then all will know what they must do. It's kind of interesting, actually, because bees do know what they need to do. And every group of bees in a hive has their own specific job that they must do that for the hive to function. And one of those things is missing and the hive fails.
I'm so struck by I love how physical bees are. They're much more simple than a human, but so complex at the same time. And it all has to do with the way they move.
You can sit there and sit quiet, and especially in the spring when you have the snow on the ground is the best time because you can see them going for quite a distance on the white snow. And so the bee will fly out on a sunny day. She'll fly out and she'll just go a couple feet, come back and land. And then she'll walk in the hive and come back out again. And she'll fly a little further. Now, who knows, you don't know one from another. I don't have mine named. I don't know about you. But you'll see them as they gradually make bigger and bigger loops until they're gone. They just that's orientation flights. So what they're doing is they're going out and picking up visual clues so that they can find their way home. And so they, like a child that at first never leaves mom's leg. And the next thing you know, he's willing to walk out of the room and come back. And the next thing you know, he's going out the front door and he's going to college. But he always knows where home is. It's like bees are like that. They just do some larger and larger circles, expanding their world basically, until their world is 3 miles in diameter.
So how many, has it been 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
What's been the most fascinating experience you've had?
It's not that interesting of an experience, I'm sorry to say, but I absolutely remember the first time that I got bees. You get this package, and here's the queen in the box, and there's this, shoebox size screen thing full of bees. And you look at this humming thing, you can bring it home in your car. They even mail it in the mail. And there's just full of bees, and he's like, how can this be? And no pun intended, but and then you just open up the top of your box and you pull out one frame or two. You take out the queen, set her aside, pull out the sugar water can, and just dump them in and bang the thing, to get them out. Just dump them in, and they immediately go right out into the frames and doing things and cleaning things and looking around. Then you take the queen, you open up the end of her box, and you just put her in there and shake her in. She goes right into the bees and disappears. Put the lid back on. Done. It's incredible.
I wonder what that feels like.
Yeah.
That moment.
I don't know. Maybe I remember back when I'm a kid, and I remember watching our old dog give birth to those litter puppies. And it was the first birth I've ever experienced, and that's
like participating in
It is, yeah.
seeing something born.
Yep.
I would say almost sounds miraculous.
I think so. What I've learned about beehives and the workings of a beehive could have convinced me that there's a God, even if I didn't believe in one. Paul tells us that all you have to do is look to nature and you'll know